Okay, hello, so excited, didn't expect this, so let's start. So my name's Maria Bracey, I'm Macmillan Clinical Lead for Personalised Care and Support down in Exeter. This is my colleague.
Justin, nice to meet you.
And you'll find out why he's so important. So we're going to start with a bit of background. So a fact, 1 in 2 of us are going to get cancer in our lifetime. So these are big numbers coming up. So another fact, that means there's going to be more than 4 million of us living with cancer by 2030. These are huge numbers. So another fact means we've got to think smarter. We need to digitalise so that we can support patients with supported self-management and we can start managing people at home. So our ambition was quite simple, really. We were part of a trust merger. We needed to work across 2 hospital sites. We wanted to involve all of our key stakeholders, but especially our patient partners. And we wanted a single point digital solution to our end of treatment summaries. But we didn't have any money, like many of us. So we used existing functionality within MyCare, and that provided something really important, which was the one source of truth of pulling really vital information through into the document. But the other big thing, which is why it took about 18 months, was we had to work across 9 cancer teams across 2 hospital sites. So how did we do it? Well, you're familiar with this. This is the PDSA cycle, really. So the trust merger happened a couple of years ago, Royal Devon, North Devon District. I've been involved with many projects in the past. So the first person I secured was Justin, because it was going to be a digital project. That's where we've always fallen down. We can get all the patients involved. We can get the clinical information, but we never get digital support. So Justin was absolutely vital. We created a really diverse steering group, lead nurses, clinical leads within the teams. We had Macmillan GPs, and most importantly, we had quite a few of our patient partners there to help us. And we, from there, we got our generic document, and then we set up a CNS working group, and that gave us some very specific stuff that was required to kind of populate the document that Justin has put together, which was the digital end of treatment summary. We worked team by team, and we did that phased implementation because it was just too much if we'd have gone live with 9 sites. And that was really cool, actually, because some bits of feedback that were coming through from different teams meant we could adapt and adjust that document in live time. So people were really getting engaged and started to use it because it was really about them and they felt it was their project. It was like giving it back at that time. The other thing that was important, we allowed a feedback mechanism for them, which was after a month of trialing it. So again, they could come back again and they could say, we like this bit, we don't like that bit, and we were adaptable to those changes. And once we started seeing teams go live, we sent out a survey to our GPs and patients again, so they could have another say and they could feedback things that they wanted changed. And that was really important to us, that actually the patient felt comfortable with how they would use this document. And then the thing for the trust, because we have to think of our trust and what are we giving our trust, it was built in with reportable functionality for COSD reporting, which we'd not been able to do before. The bit that's come out of it as well, which we had in mind, we're part of One Devon, so they're trying to get some equity across the county of Devon. We're a big county, very rural, coast at both ends. And we've developed this with them in mind, so it's going to go live in Torbay and Plymouth, and it will be a drag and drop for them. And we fed that back all the way through, so they knew it was coming. So, what does it look like? Kind of looks like that, really. So the generic document that we started with from the steering group, this is that one source of truth, cancer site, cancer type, That all gets pulled with doing nothing, just by clicking to open the document. It knows the patient that you're in, and it can start that journey off. So that's really good. The date of the diagnosis is all accurate for them. So, and actually they need that to have that confidence in us. These things matter to people. But equally, when that treatment was completed, this is the end of a significant point of care, and it's very powerful for patients to think, I got there, I made through that, and I've come out good. So that was really good. So that's the first bit that we arranged. Then we went for some personalisation. So this is where we moved from the steering group to working with the individual CNS sites, and they gave us that information that was required to personalise these documents. So if you're a prostate cancer patient in Devon or in Cumbria, actually the side effects of the treatment are exactly the same. So we could bring that through, and we can share that with them, and that can be very timely then with click-down, drop-down lists. Equally, it allows patients to know what to expect, but also when something's not right. So we can put in things, possible side effects, but alert symptoms. So that was really important. So they're in the driving seat now already. And then the last bit that came out of it was the individualisation. So the document is to the patient, and that was really clear with our patients. If it's about me, don't send it to the GP, address this letter to me. So it goes to them. And then the final bit was if there was something bespoke on that cancer journey, we can add it in that section. So it was all about the patient. So the results, this was we kind of went live January this year. So this was up until about mid-June. We'd done almost 500, which is not too bad. The main benefits, it is one source of truth, so it can't be wrong. The document in the beginning can't be wrong. We've significantly reduced the time to complete an end-of-treatment summary. People were trying to write letters and things before, taking them an hour sourcing out the information that was right. Now it's one click and it pre-populates. But the most important thing was that bit about giving those red alerts. It puts the patient in the driving seat. They can now self-advocate for themselves. They've got it there. Whoever they see, I was told to tell you if this happened. They've got contact numbers on the document. They ring us up. They don't actually need to go back through their GP, and we do rapid reaccess for them. So we see them within a week. So that was really good. But we had some unintended benefits, and we didn't know that this was going to happen. Because we included the care plan from the holistic needs, teams wanted to fill out the holistic needs assessment. And at the same time, it meant our band 4s could pre-chart the document because it was one source of truth. And then obviously that individualisation that came out of it. I'll let you read the patient voice, but the biggest thing was the patient advocacy for themselves. They loved it, so we didn't really get anything negative from patients at all. It was uniformly positive feedback. So why was it successful? It was a diverse project steering group. We secured Justin, that was really important. Those sub-working groups brought everybody in. It was co-designed with patients. It's one source of truth. It can't be wrong, so patients feel confident with it. The phase go live meant we were adaptable to any changes that our teams wanted. We let everybody have their say and then have a say again so they could see it in the live environment. It's been a great reporting tool for COSD, but equally our lead nurse now is using it to expand our CNS teams. This is the work we're doing, so we can use it as a tool to go to our directors. And it's been great for wider sharing. It's already a drag and drop for our other organisations in Devon, and it links up with the 10-year plan. That's it. I'm hoping I'm in 10 minutes.
Oh, I know, time to a T. Perfect.
I didn't practice it.
Sounds like we all need to clone Justin, by the sound of it. So you can't ask that question. No, he's not going anywhere. Any questions from the audience? There's a question in the middle here. Well, it's coming.
Is it working? Yes, it is. Yeah, I was really interested that as somebody that's had cancer, considers himself still to be a survivor of this, but looking at the end of treatment summary wasn't the end of the cancer journey for the patient. You know, the treatment, the radiotherapy, the chemotherapy, the surgery, etc. One of the key things that hit me afterwards was the mental health state and the need for psychotherapy and other complementary therapies. I wonder if that had come through your patient advocacy.
Yes, it does. So that's the difference. You're absolutely right. So this is the difference between a discharge summary and an end of a treatment summary. It is only the end of a treatment. And a lot of the signposting, so the document is double-sided, and on the back side, where we have the holistic plan, there's a lot around the facilities that are available with our local cancer charity, which is Force, and they work very closely with us, so we can signpost, and they bring in all the psychological and emotional support for patients, because you're quite right, it's almost when it begins, isn't it? And this is the point to this. It's that start of that journey. While you're being told what to do and when to do it, and we're controlling everything, largely speaking, and then suddenly we go, well, actually we can manage you at home. This is just one part of a big puzzle to support people to stay at home and stay well, but knowing when to contact us, but also a lot of signposting about knowing where to go to get other help.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great question. Thank you. Any other questions? Yep, right over in the top corner. She's on her way. Right in the corner, yeah.
Sorry for making you wait then. It's a fantastic project, and speaking as a patient, not with cancer, but with other conditions, I think this could be incredibly valuable. What I wanted to ask, again, maybe not within the cancer sphere, but just sort of thinking about it with other departments of the hospital, are you having conversations about how this could be used in other departments, and particularly with people who have conditions where there are common comorbidities, so they may be being treated by two separate departments or more within the same hospital?
So, yes, and you raise a really valid point. We are not very good at joining up when patients have got dual care providers, and we're aware of that. Personalised care and support, previously the recovery package, has been out there for over a decade. My passion is cancer. I think we lead the way in cancer, and I think others are going to be catching up. So the holistic needs, the end of treatment summaries, the health and wellbeing, everything we're doing, I just think is fabulous because it's patient-driven, and it's not the clinical stuff that we're used to. But hand on my heart, no, the others are not. They're aware of it. I take it to all the internal meetings within the trust. I shout about cancer and how brilliant all of our services are, but I can't say that they've taken it on board and are using it in the way that we're using it, or that it's joining up with us. The only, I suppose, the saving grace is Epic.
Yeah, there is a the functionality that we use for the end of treatment summaries. It comes within Epic. So I had the idea of creating what was called a smart form within Epic. It automatically populates an in-clinic note or an encounter note, and then automatically populates a letter. And because it was, as Maria said, it could take up to like an hour for a CNS to write an end of treatment summary letter for the patient. This will have more detail in it, be more personable to the patient, and takes about 3 minutes. 3 minutes worth of clicks. So we actually implemented the structure of it within our cancer MDT meetings. Because you know those cancer MDT meetings are like 5-minute quick fire sessions, aren't they? So our cancer MDT coordinators, you sit there frantically typing, trying to fit as much in as the consultants are saying within those 5 minutes. We've actually used that functionality so they can just click a couple of buttons and they've got the whole 5 minutes documented. So we have used the functionality around our other sites, but yeah, not wide.
I think what you're doing is fantastic, and the passion that you have for putting the patient's needs at the heart of this is absolutely brilliant. And I love the fact that you referenced on multiple occasions it being a place of truth where someone can go find out all the information that they need. I think is just brilliant.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that question. Thank you. And thank you. Perfect timing.